Today is fried egg, February 7th, and you're tuned in to the Tip-Off, where we tip you off on today's NBA matchups. How to gamble, how to bet. Well, who's on the slate for today, Gabe?
8 games tonight.
8 games.
First up, we've got Dallas traveling to Washington, D.C. to take on the Wizards, where Dallas is favored by 2.5 points. I'm taking Washington. Kristaps Porzingis, Steph Curry, J.J. Barea, all listed as questionable. Luka Doncic, as we know, already been ruled out for the Mavericks. For the Wizards, Thomas Bryant is out. But based on all the injuries that the Mavericks are facing right now, it's just hard to see why they're favored in this game, especially on the road, going Washington.
Well, the federal government is no match for the Lone Star state of Texas. I said don't mess with Texas tonight and bet your bottom dollar on the Dallas Mavericks.
All right, next we've got Memphis traveling to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers.
You going to the game tonight, Gabe?
I'm going to the game tonight.
You better root for the home team.
The Sixers are favored by 5.5 points. I'm taking Memphis.
Woo! I don't want to be sitting near you tonight.
Jonas Valanciunas listed as questionable. Josh Richardson, as we know, still out for the Sixers. It's unclear if any of the new acquisitions for either team will play. Both teams were very active at the trade deadline. Sixers are 22 and 2 at home. But I'm going to the game, as we mentioned, and I want to be entertained all the way up to the final whistle. So I'm picking Memphis here to keep it close.
Well, we know you like overtime, Gabe. You really like to get your money's worth. But I do believe that the home team will win. And while you're betting against them, don't root against them while you're there. Okay?
Never.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a rooter. All right, next we've got Atlanta traveling to Boston to take on the Celtics, where the Celtics are favored by 9.5 points. I'm taking Atlanta. Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Daniel Tice, all out already for the Celtics. Clint Capella won't make his Hawks debut in this one. Atlanta has a bunch of injuries as well. Atlanta lost by 8 in Atlanta on Monday to the Celtics, thinking they'll keep it relatively close again here, Atlanta.
You know I never bet against the Celtics when they're on the parquet.
All right, next we've got Detroit traveling to Oklahoma to take on the Thunder, where Oklahoma City is favored by 12.5 points. I'm taking Detroit. Derrick Rose, Svi Mykhailiuk, Markieff Morris all out for the Pistons. The Thunder stood pat at the trade deadline. They're keeping the band together. Reggie Jackson has been playing pretty well lately for Detroit, and I have a hunch Christian Wood is going to have a huge game in his first game without Andre Drummond on the team anymore. I'm taking the Pistons to cover.
I believe that the Thunder will roll them over.
All right. Next, we've got Toronto traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Pacers, where the Raptors are favorites on the road by 1.5. I'm taking Toronto. Victor Oladipo might be held out for rest. TJ Warren's questionable, still dealing with a concussion. Marc Gasol has been ruled out for the Raptors, though. Toronto did need a late run to beat the Pacers by 1 on Wednesday in Canada. I'm expecting another close game here, but I am taking Toronto to extend their winning streak to 13 games. Toronto.
Oh, no, the Pacers are on pace for a victory tonight.
All right, next we've got Houston traveling to Phoenix to take on the Suns, where Houston is favored by 2.5 points. I'm taking Phoenix. The Suns are going to be without Dario Saric, Aaron Baines, but for the Rockets, Russell Westbrook is being held out for rest. Smart money is on the Rockets, although it is the second night of a back-to-back. Subscribers know by this point that I'm contractually obligated to pick Phoenix here.
Because I never bet against the beard.
All right. Next, we've got Miami traveling to Sacramento to take on the Kings, where the line is even, no favorite, no underdog. I'm taking Sacramento. Jimmy Butler, unlikely to play. Tyler Hero has already been ruled out. The Heat, likely to be shorthanded following a busy trade deadline. A lot of moves, and a lot of those players not expected to be ready to play. Rashawn Holmes might be making his return tonight. He's listed as questionable for the Kings. Taking Sacramento at home here.
Well, king in, I think, ancient Greek is Re, and Re is the Egyptian god of the sun, and the sun's rule over,
What?
they will win.
The Miami Heat?
Oh, the heat. The heat comes from the sun, and the heat, therefore, will melt
The
all
Kings?
opposition.
Oh my god. All right, the finale, we've got Portland traveling to Utah to take on the Jazz, where Utah is favored by 9.5 points. Taking Portland here. The Jazz have lost 5 in a row, including a 17-point loss to these Trailblazers in Portland last Saturday. I'm not sure why the line is so lopsided here. Gotta go Portland. Dame Dollar.
5 in a row is enough losing, and 5 is a very auspicious number. You got your 5 elements. You got your 5 fingers, 5-finger discounts.
5 toes.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying, okay?
All right, that does it for another episode of the Tip-Off, where one of us is always right. Thanks for tuning in.